and we are live. So, hello everyone. This is Meera Bhansali, and welcome to Studio M. And Studio M is something that is going to get all artists and all real conversations to the table. And today we have somebody very, very, very amazing. He's a very good friend of mine, and if I start reading his, I mean, not if, I'm going to start reading his profile or the portfolio that he has sent me. I already knew what he is doing, but I needed this, and when I read, I was mesmerized and totally shocked, because I know Sudeep as a very good friend, as a very good artist. But when I actually read, he is amazing. The work he's been doing is fantabulous, and let's just invite him. Let's just invite him on the stage, because talking like this and then talking with Sudeep like this is totally different.
Hi.
Sudeep, welcome to Studio M, and we are live today on YouTube. And welcome to the studio.
Hi,
So
Meera.
how
How are you? Thank you. Thank you.
So how are you feeling, being interviewed by a friend?
Well, it's just like another beautiful interaction that I always have with you, and uh, and there's so much that we talk about art and uh,
Yes.
poetry and culture and heritage. So it's just that we are going live. I feel that's the difference, I guess. Yeah.
Yes, that's the difference.
I'd like to see it that way. Yeah.
Yeah. Actually, those we have many interactions regarding your work, but those are very informal ones. This is going to be a little bit formal. So for that formality, first I would like to read your profile. I don't know how many pages that is going to be, but I'm going to read it today, because I want all those who are new to this program and new to, Sudeep. I mean, Sudeep is not a new name, but there are many people who are still unaware about maybe Sudeep. I want them to be aware of this uh, bomb of talent that is there, Sudeep Deshpandey. So Sudeep Deshpandey is an architect, designer, painter, metal sculptor, and poet. You forgot to write that you are an actor as well.
Well, but I'm not. I
You are.
I
You did one stage. You did
we
one
do we
play.
did theater. I did theater, but to be able to write that on my profile, I feel one needs to do some good body
More.
of work. Yeah,
Yeah.
and it was once, I guess, or twice. So I felt no, it's not doing justice to my profile. So I didn't mention that. I mean,
Okay. So those who are listening, Sudeep is open for being an actor as well. So do.
no, I'm not hoping for being an actor at all. Sorry to say this, but it was quite tough. I mean, actors have. I mean, the kind of talent they have is of some other dimension. I guess I don't have the dimension, to be
Okay.
honest.
Let the audience judge. Okay,
All
let the
right.
audience judge what dimensions you are having. Okay.
Okay.
So Sudeep is based in Manama, Bahrain, where he has been living and working for the past 18 years. And Sudeep has established himself as a multidisciplinary creative professional, bringing together architect, interior and landscape design, visual arts, sculpture and poetry into a distinctive body of work. And there is more. His design philosophy is strongly influenced by his multidisciplinary background. The understanding of the form, proportion, material, light, texture, and space developed through architecture finds a natural extension in his paintings and sculpture, while his artistic practice continues to influence the way he perceives and creates space. And obviously, I mean, for those who do not know, he has a very, very big artistic legacy. His father, Dr. Sudeep Deshpandey, was a self taught sculptor and painter whose artistic career spanned nearly 4 decades until 2017. And Dr. Deshpandey made a significant contribution to the world of metal sculpture and was enlisted in the Guinness Book of Records for creating the world's tallest and heaviest metal sculpture during the period of 1989 and 1999, undisputed for full decade. That's something amazing. And Sudeep is obviously has grown under the influence of a father who devoted his life to art and had a profound impact. And Sudeep has been actively involved in the artist community in India and Bahrain for more than 2 decades. His artistic journey includes numerous solo and group exhibitions, as well as collaboration with cultural and community organizations. And if I keep on reading, there are more than 5 pages of it. Yes, this is all Sudeep. So I'm not going to read all of this. I'm going to directly ask Sudeep the questions so that you may listen to the great artist himself. So, Sudeep,
Sure.
tell me
Yeah.
how. My very first question when I see your profile is always, how are you balancing so many things together? So many things. How do you balance it?
Uh, Actually, it's very simple. I mean, if you are attending your present to the fullest, the present moment, uh, I think you can do justice to all that you are offered, or all that you are to be taking up to execute uh, in your ability of discipline and your ability of experience, and most of all, I think, to top it all up, if you have the willingness to ac- take in, if the willingness to accept a certain challenge, a certain activity, a certain form of, whether it is a form of art. Yeah, so I think that sums it up almost. And I think, to top it up, I feel you got to be blessed. You got to be
Agree.
looked after. I think I'm looked after. I'm well looked after by uh, my father, and my Almighty. So when you are blessed with a kind of way of looking at things, and then there's something very important, I feel, is when you, like you said, when there are so many aspects that you read about me with regards to art and design. One thing that I think I also got from is from my mother, is the way of organizing uh, myself in my head, in my mind, and therefore in my art, to be able to have a blessing of something is important, yes, but you also have to have something which goes along with it, is to make sure that you arrange it well, you organize it well, you sort of segregate things in a certain way, so that you are always clean in the sense of, and clear in the sense of keeping it across. So yeah, I think it's all in the upbringing, I feel. Yeah.
True that. Upbringing is always something that defines you for your full lifetime.
Yeah,
uh,
yeah.
your parents, they might, you have the, they give you their DNA as well as their sanskar, as we call it, right? And without that, I think we cannot be what we are today. Okay, so if I come to Bahrain, okay, if I come ever to Bahrain, where can I find the sculptures
If you come to
done by
Bahrain,
Sudeep? Done by Sudeep.
yeah, well, you can find them in various corporate places. Uh, you can find them outside uh, commercial malls. It's- of course, you can find them in some residential projects, but uh, subject to access.
Access.
So yes, yes.
Yeah, so that is what I mean, sometimes I really feel that, if I ever were to come to Bahrain, I'm going to see your sculptures in front of big malls that are there, because I have seen the photos and the videos that you keep on sharing on Facebook and Instagram. And I have lots of questions when I see them, you know and of course we have already, I have asked you many of those questions, like how, right? Because when you write poetry, your feelings are there, with on the pen and the paper. When you paint, you have the color, and there is some warmth in that. But when you go to metal is something that people always think that, oh, I mean, it's not warm, it's cold. Metal is always the personified as something cold. So how does working with metal become different than the other art forms?
Working with metal is a challenge actually in a region where I live and I'm based. Uh, Considering the kind of weather we have here, the extreme weathers, and therefore it becomes quite a challenge to work in a medium like metal, as opposed to stone, as opposed to maybe wood. Yeah, even wood has its own parameters of challenge to get executed into sculpture. Metal here, but metal allows me to transform my thoughts, uh, and I can use various various parts, various details, various ways of metal in my sculpture, be it square. I mean, if I just have to simply technically speak about it, some square box sections and MS flats, mild steel flat members, or round box sections or pipes, and I mean, if I just get into details, so yes, it allows me to express my subject matter, and therefore metal becomes a response to and a need to being executed in a certain way.
Okay. Yes. And I have seen your the way the shadow falls of the metal. I have seen a few of the pictures that you had shared. The sculpture was there, and the
Yeah.
shadow, when it fell, it gave a totally. I mean, seeing the sculpture, you may not realize what the shadow is giving, and that was something very amazing. There has to be, I guess, a foresight to understand that when a particular section of the sculpture is under the direct sunlight,
Yes.
how the shadow
Yes.
will form. And
Yes.
I love that the way you play with that shadow as well. It's not just the sculpture, you play with the light and the shadow when you do that, right?
Well, actually, many a times I want to execute the shadow, and in the process, I want to execute the sculpture. You
Oh,
know, so like you very correctly mentioned about the shadow aspect of the sculpture. Sometimes you are so fascinated by your subject, which is more relevant to expressing the shadow of a particular entity, and in the process you want to execute that entity as sculpture. Yeah. So yes, it is quite intriguing, and this has been my fascination all the time, the shadow element of all the sculptures, and especially when you're working for I'll give you an example, a quick one.
yeah.
So we have a very famous musician in this region, and we were basically working on his landscape as a renovation, and he wanted to execute a sculpture. Now uh, he was so thrilled to have a musical instrument as a sculpture, as a form of the sculpture. Yeah, uh, as he was fascinated by various musical instruments, being a form of musical instruments being used in his spaces. The pool was in a certain shape. His living spaces were in a certain shape of a musical instrument, and therefore he wanted to have a sculpture in a certain instrumental form. So I suggested if we can basically do a visual of his own music, his own sculpture, as a sculpture, and it was quite abstract for him, quite obviously, naturally. Uh, but the whole idea of saying or proposing this thought was to basically give the justice to his name, his reputation, uh, his shadow, basically. So it's like wherever he goes and he performs, and when he leaves that place, people talk about him in appreciation, in admiration, in respect. And that is what really fascinated me. And that aspect, with an analogy of giving a shadow to the sculpture, came into being. So when the shadow is, say, 100 feet long to 120 feet long, it becomes important that the sculpture goes around at least 30 to 40 feet long, depending on the place, the location of the sculpture is. So yeah, and I wanted to execute his shadow, and in the process, the sculpture happens to him. Yeah,
That is amazing. I mean, I'm just visualizing it and I'm like already wow. The thought that comes to me is like, wow, this will be amazing. And I mean, of course, it is a private property, so we cannot take a look at it. But the way you have described it, it seems amazing. Now, moving on to you as an artist. So, Sudeep, you as an artist are like, I have seen your artwork. I have seen the way you. I've seen videos of your live artworks, and they have been amazing. So, how there is something. I mean, I'll just throw it out that you have been not only doing art as an artist, but you are even promoting other artists as well. So, how did this come about? Tell us about all that.
sure. So I came to Bahrain in 2009, January 2009, and before Bahrain happened to me, I was very active, like I am, uh, in my, with my art, with my exhibitions back in India. And when I reached here, a new place, everything was new. So you have a new beginning to everything that you do, yeah.
Yeah.
And the couple of months where I really couldn't, I was just simply trying to, what do you call, trying to acclimatize with this place, people, work. Uh, and in this entire focus, the first 2 months was the only time so far where I didn't paint at all, or I couldn't, because I couldn't find certain places. I couldn't find the right stationery. I couldn't find the right locations where I could go and look for and search for things that I needed, my tools. Uh, and then, but that had a big impact on me because it had never happened to me. So then I thought to myself that if everything goes well and if I'm here for a while, I want to look for a place or a platform who can, from where I can get information about the activities, the art activities that are happening around. And if I am not able to find it, and if I do come across my tribe, I will, let's say, create a platform where, well, I can bring them on board. I can uh, execute certain good activities for them, exhibitions, maybe workshops. So this was a thought, this was a, you can say, a dream that I had. And it took me a long time to actually reach to my dream, from 2009 till 2019 to 20, yeah, at 2020. So,
20.
and it was a 2020 that my group was formed. It was called by another name initially. Now it's called as Bahrain Art Collectives. So Bahrain Art Collectives is 6 year old baby. Yeah. And so yes, we did a lot of work, all of us, all the artists on the group. In the last 6 years, we did over 27 group exhibitions. Uh, I don't know the count of live art we did. I don't remember how many workshops we had. And the live art interactive art talks that we have been doing for the last 2 years has been so uh, productive creatively. So that was the whole idea, and that's how Bahrain Art Collective happened. To be able to simply motivate artists, those who are so committed and passionate about their art, and there are a lot of wonderful artists on the group. I can take names. I mean, We have Mohammed Taha with me. Mohammed Taha is a Bahraini artist. He's a very senior artist, and we go a long way. Mohammed Taha, Atamjeet Singh Bawa, serious artists, committed artists. Jacqueline, uh, Nitasha, so many of them. Uh, to name them, and with all of Shri Parna. So everyone comes with a different technique, different approach to art. They come with a different culture, and their upbringing and their culture reflects in their art, in their subject matters. And that's the beauty of having a group where you have a range of expertise. Yeah.
That is so wonderful that you have pioneered Bahrain Artists Collective, and I'm sure y'all are doing a fabulous work. And I just saw the post that you have put up. It was something, I guess, a few days back, or maybe yesterday. You had a exhibition, so just tell us
Sure.
about that.
Sure. Uh, we recently had a live painting session. It was a 1 day schedule, and we had around 20 artists with us. Uh, and it was our honor and privilege to welcome the wife of His Excellency of the Republic, the ambassador of the People's Republic of Bangladesh, uh, Mrs. Dilruba Akhtar, and his daughter Aisha. They were with us. So it was a experience, a beautiful experience where all of us we enjoyed art, and supported by Bahrain Artistic Frames. Bahrain Artistic Frames is one gallery. I know them since the day I came to Bahrain. Uh, so yeah, there's this good association with them, and they have always been supporting all artists here in Bahrain. So it was a wonderful event, and as you can see, we still artists are still uh, on the fever of of that particular activity. Yeah. So yeah, yeah.
Yeah, I've been seeing the post, and sitting so far off, I'm excited, and I'm uh, just seeing all the various forms of art itself gives a real good high and a kick. I'm not an artist the way you are, but at least as a viewer, when I see it, I do feel some kind of emotions, or have some thoughts about all of them. And I'll tell you, they are all amazing, amazing work that they do. And thanks to you, it's a collective, because I feel an artist always should promote another artist. An artist can never be alone. Cannot reach levels of victory if they are alone. Kafla mila ke chalte, right? That is what they say. And Sudeep, I've even seen on your profile where y'all are visiting different cafes, monuments, and then y'all are sitting over there and you know uh, copying that whatever you're seeing, the space that you
Sketching.
are in.
Yeah, yeah, yeah.
Yeah. So what is that about?
Well, it's a regular activity I feel of every artist to be able to practice, and then there are ways of practicing, and one of the ways is this to go plain air sketching, where we all of us we go out, we sketch, like recently, last year in fact, we had the opportunity of going to the Bahrain National Museum, and we had we were in the museum every Friday for 2 months. So that was say 8 Fridays, 8 to 9 Fridays, where we could get to sketch. Uh, and Bahrain Museum is a beautiful compilation of history, uh, the culture, the various heritages that this beautiful land of pearls has seen. All that is a part of the museum, and now it is a part of my sketchbook. Yeah. And the idea of doing a plein air sketch is to basically, once you're done with the sketch, you mention the date, the time, the day of the sketch. So whenever you go back and you flip your sketchbook, and the memory is sort of inked in time. Yeah, so you get to see the date, you get to see the name. Oh, I was there on this particular day. So it's a testimony where you say that I existed during that time, right?
It's history in the making.
Yeah,
It's
I mean,
history in the
that's a way
making.
of saying that I was around. Yeah?
Yeah.
And I like that aspect of this entire process. So yes, so we do that. Yeah, we do. And in the process you get to see many places you where otherwise you wouldn't have, right?
Yeah.
So it's experience, anyway.
It's just amazing, and I feel, when you said you draw, when you sketched parts of the museum, I feel that it's not only you are just creating history, but at the same time you are preserving what is already preserved, and you are preserving it in the art form of it. Your vision as an artist, you put that down on paper, and then it gets preserved. So there is a double layer of history of preservation that goes into it, and it's something very amazing and very fantastic. And as you said, you get to see new places, that new and old places, you revisit some few places that you have been, and that is something, I wish, sometimes that I were there in
Soon,
Bahrain.
hopefully. Soon you're going to be in Bahrain, I feel.
I hope so. At least I can, see all the places that I see through you, through your posts, and through your vision, because the vision of an artist is always different than the vision of a layman, right? I mean, a layperson or a layman, as you might call it. And I've even, like, um, okay, let us now shift a little bit, towards your writing, little bit.
Okay.
Yeah. So for the viewers, let me tell that Sudeep and I, and of course, there's another partner in crime, Asha. We all three had a book released, and it was amazing working with Sudeep on that book. Uh, and it's not only this book, but Sudeep's solo book also, Tairti, uh,
Tairti,
Doobti,
Doobti, Lakeerein Meri.
Lakeerein Meri. And in that also, Sudeep has combined poetry and, paintings, sketches of his, and it's a beautiful combination. So, where did all those ideas come from?
Uh, well, actually, what I feel is when you are reading a book, I always like to visualize the experience of a reader. And what if the reader gets a visual reference sometimes of what he's reading? Uh, it enhances perhaps his idea of reading that piece of poetry, and in the process he may either read it again, that particular poem, that particular piece, uh, with the help of the kind of a reference, a visual reference that he has. So I just thought of having it together, a compilation of paintings, details of some of my paintings, abstract works, with some pieces of my poetry, who, which I felt were aligned. And but since and there was one reason of only going for abstract is because I wanted the viewer and the reader to completely have the freedom of looking at the poetry the way he wants, she wants to, and looking at the artwork with the poetry the way they want to interpret it. That was the whole idea. So yeah, that was the reason. Yeah.
It was a fantastic idea, and working on Hamzad with you was
It
again
was
very,
amazing.
very
It was wonderful. The collaboration we
yes,
had, Meera, it was just
yes, it
phenomenal.
was
And we got
exactly.
some good reviews. We got some beautiful feedbacks from the publisher as well. Yeah, so good.
Yeah, yeah. So, Sudeep, tell me, what is there next? This was all that we have already done, what you have already done. But what are your future plans regarding, you know, um, as an artist, or what is there in the pipeline in the coming days or in the coming months that you have planned?
Well, in the coming months, I have three exhibitions planned. One is going to happen on the 10th of September. That's called Tropical Spectrum. That's in Bahrain, in one of the beautiful corporate places in Bahrain called Bahrain Financial Harbor. So that begins on 10th of September. That is curated by me and another wonderful artist called Zainab Halwachi. She's a Bahrain-based artist, a wonderful artist. Uh, After that, we have another exhibition coming up, which is on the 17th of October. This is quite close to my heart, as you know, during this situation, this challenging situation as we went through very recently,
Yeah.
some months ago. Uh, we were all here, and it was observed that the pets and those who were homegrown children, uh, they were abandoned, and the rise in the abandonment was very high. And being a cat father, I this breaks my heart to see chil- children and these small little puppies and the kittens and the cats who never seen the light of the day, who have been brought up at home, suddenly are on the streets. Uh, and I wish I could get them all home, but I couldn't, sadly. So I wanted to work towards this. So I came with the thought of having an art exhibition where uh, we can bring in awareness, we can bring in some motivation uh, to people who are unable to deal with their pets, to let them know, just to tell them that, just look into their eyes once before you leave them on the street. I'm sure you'll never let them go, and come what may. Yeah. So this was this whole idea, this whole concept that I had expressed to Zainab, and Zainab also is a cat parent, so it really touched her. And Zainab has been doing wonderful job in Bahrain when it comes to rescuing of pets, rescuing of animals. She has approached a beautiful set of people, doctors, professional vet clinics, who can join us and who can give us motivation, who can give the viewers the motivation of and who can give them the awareness and insight of the whole aspect of this cause. So that's happening on the 17th of October. And there's another exhibition that which I am curating solo, that is going to be in the first week of November. It's called Landscapes of the Mind. Now, November and December happens to be mental health awareness and cancer awareness months, uh, which are uh, looked at here in Bahrain and globally. And every year there's a lot that happens. There are a lot of people from various walks of life, professions. They come and they help uh, in promoting awareness. And so likewise, I have been working towards it for some years now. So downtown Rotana in Manama is a hotel where I had an opportunity of curating an exhibition 2 years ago, and also supporting the cancer uh, research center here in Bahrain by a charity event. So this exhibition also talks about the mental health awareness, and is therefore entitled as Landscapes of the Mind. So yeah, so some, and other than that, we do have some workshops happening, which I'm sure once you are here in Bahrain with us, you can join us. Yeah.
I would join as a spectator, because I mean, for dance, people say you have two left legs. For painting and stuff, I don't know what it is called, but I'm not so good at it. Yes, but I would love to see all of you actually doing, I mean, painting and interacting, and the colors, the vibrant colors and the vibrant uh, atmosphere that you all create. Seeing online itself is amazing, and when I'm sure whoever witnesses it is going to be mesmerized by the work that you all do. And with this, Sudeep, I would, like to even tell you that even I am a pet parent. I also have two cats.
I know, I know. Yeah, yeah, yeah. Yes, yes.
Yeah,
And
and I
it's
really, when you said that the the kittens are being abandoned, the fluffy animals and all that, I really felt that because right now the second one that I have has was found in a dustbin, and by some far off relatives, and then of course they knew that we already have modak, so they just called up, and they sent the photo and they said we don't know what to do of this kitten, we don't know. So the
yeah,
heart opened first,
yes,
then the
yeah.
house opened, and today she is. I mean, of course, there were some health issues with her, but by God's will, she is absolutely fine. And the most naughty, she's become.
Thanks to you.
Yeah. Oh, she's already here on the table. That is how naughty she is. This
So
is
sweet. What's the
Misri.
name?
Misri.
Misri.
Yeah,
Good
Misri
name.
means sugar.
Sugar. Yeah, yeah. Sugar.
Yeah.
Oh, I know.
Uh,
Beautiful.
and
Beautiful
the
name.
elder fellow is Modak. So you have
Modak.
all
Yes.
sweetness.
Yes. Yes.
You have all
So
the
sweet.
sweetness that is there. So Sudeep is having Sudeep, you're having a wonderful, filled calendar till December, right? I mean, you have every month you are having something or the other related to art and promoting artists, and I'm really, really very grateful and thankful to you because you keep on, I guess, pushing artists to do their best. In fact, I would say that today we are over here with Studio M, all thanks to Sudeep. uh,
You're
he
being
pushed
too
me.
generous. I should be saying this to you. You know. No, really, really. This is
uh,
a wonderful interaction. You thought of me on your first edition of, since you have been doing this. I mean, but after a certain pause, you begun, and you thought of me. It's really generous of you, Meera. So thank you so much. Thank you so much.
And thank you so much, Sudeep, for coming today on the inaugural episode of Studio M live, at the table. And it was amazing to share this beautiful table with you,
Like
because you are multi-talented and a very good human being. You are not only just pushing artists forward. You are even taking different causes for cancer, for mental wellness, for even animals and small children, those who are getting abandoned. So that is what makes you a fabulous artist. A good human can always become a good artist. That is what I feel, because art comes from the heart. No matter what the medium is, it comes from the heart. You have a very pure and beautiful heart. And so thank you, Sudeep. Please keep on doing the good work, the lovely
thank
work of promoting all of them.
Thank you so much, Meera, and you are very kind. Thank you for your kind words, and we hope to cross our paths
Definitely.
as and when, and we hope to talk more about art, about poetry, about crea- so much that
So
is to be
much.
done yet. Yeah.
Yes,
Thank you so
yes,
much for this
definitely.
interview. Thank you.
Yes, definitely. Thank you so much, Sudeep, and see you. And
See
goodbye
you.
to all the viewers. We'll meet soon on the next episode of Studio M. And who is going to come? That is going to be a surprise. Thank you all.
Thanks.